Okay, so I've got my new Nerf bars come in. There's the box. I've pulled them out. They're going to go on my new Colorado pickup truck. I've unpacked them and set them up here on the workbench. And the box is full of stuff. I don't know. Maybe this is directions. It's like a pile of brackets to me. And some nuts and bolts. Hopefully there's some instructions in here. So we'll see how that is, but lots of brackets. We'll unpack it and see what we can do with it all. Pretty cool. Let's get, and that's what it looks like. So we'll finish unpacking and see what we've got. Okay, I've got all the parts separated now, so we should have all the following in order. And now the directions are pretty vague at best, I think, but we'll go ahead and start reading through them and see what it says to do. We're going to go ahead and see if we can mount these two. I've located all the parts, and we can see that there is a DR, driver's side, on there, and this one here has, if I can get the thing like that, is passenger side, I imagine, once that is. So we've got to have that. We've got to have a couple of these, and we're going to need some bolts to fit that. So we're going to get these. So we're going to go up under the truck and see where these two pieces go and where this goes. And we're going to start on the driver's side. So this is our first one. So to try to get a general idea of where we have to be at, I threw a light up underneath here. So approximately right under the passenger side should be the place we need to be. As we scoot in here, see if we can get a light to shine. So if we do that, this piece should fit. Those two holes should line up right there and up there. And it looks like it does. But it does say that we need to remove the plugs to put the little pins in. So those plugs are going to be these ones. So we should be able to pop them right out. That one and this one. Hopefully we can get it with our fingernails. If not, we might have to take a break and get a wrench and then put the plugs in there. So let me do that. But that's where they're going to be located for those brackets. So we got those two plugs out with the help of a screwdriver, and then these just simply slide right in to place, and we'll have to line that up. Okay, so now we need to get the bolts to bolt this up. We'll need two bolts to put that in place, just enough to hold it. So the directions do tell us that we'll need a couple. We're going to follow this one here, washers, lock washers, M8s. So what we're going to need is the M8, a washer, and a lock washer, and we'll need two of them. So, okay, we've got this one and this one. And we'll take this one. I've already put those together on. We need to put the lock washer on first. Doesn't do much good if we put that onto the other side. All right. So I've got two of them set up. That's all we should need for this process. And we're just going to, I say, hand tighten these up underneath here a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do this on camera, but we'll go ahead and mount this up. Okay, so I've got this one. Bolts are just started. And we'll leave those hand tight, as most assemblies need that. And we'll start looking for the next spot, I'm going to guess is going to be just down this way a little bit. So let me get the bracket and see which one this works into. Okay, we're under the truck, and we're going to mount the next bracket. I've brought it up here. All the rest of the four are the same. So we're going to mount that, and we're looking for the location. So if we're following this back from the front of the frame, it appears to me as though it's going to probably end up being right here. So that looks like it's going to match up, and I think we're going to have to remove this plug up here and this plug again. So we'll set up to remove those. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remove these two plugs. I just take a screwdriver and pop it out. Pop that one out. And as I say, these things here, they go in this direction. You slide them into that hole and line it up. And then we'll take the other one and set it in and line it up. And our bracket should be able to go. We'll start this one. Like so. And then we'll get our second one. And we'll loosely start this one. I think. Okay. All right, so both of those are started, and like I said, we'll just leave those loose. And now the next set is going to be here. I think just following it down the frame looks like it's going to be this one. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing in this frame. And you kind of give you a perspective. There's really nothing between those holes, and follow it down to this one. So that'll be our next step. Okay, so now we've got the three brackets. Yeah, just for perspective where they're at. They're all just loosely laying here. That looks proper. So we'll go to the next step. We should be able to mount up the bottom of it and attach it. So we'll get the bolts and all ready for that. All right, so we've got matched up lock washer, washer. They should fit into that. They all do. We needed 2, 4, 6 of them. So we're going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I want to show them that setup of the washers and
just washer, lock washer. Standard. Okay, we'll take this. I'm going to work this out from the center. This should set pretty much right on there without having to work too hard. It looks like it's going to set right in place. And we'll just line up the bolts. And it gets 2 per bracket. And after we get everything in here, we'll make sure it's level. Now, like I say, it's just 6 or so of them, so it looks to be a pretty simple process. And as long as you didn't tighten any of the bolts up underneath, this should be pretty simple to line everything up and then snug them up. Pretty easy install, really. So I guess I'd have to recommend pretty much anybody can do this. A little awkward. Probably easier if I lay down under here. So 4 of them, and we'll go this way. Alrighty. Now we can go ahead and snug everything back up and do the other side. Pretty simple. Okay, we've got the thing installed. We've looked over the directions and we've mounted everything. It does have the hardware torque specs. If you do the torque, there's a torque wrench. I snugged them down. I think it'll work fine. And then we looked and we said, we got this whole pile of software that came with it. There's nothing indicating that it needs to go anywhere. I can't find any place. So maybe that's for something else, different design, and they just use one package for it is what we're going to have to assume. But we've got the bars on the truck all mounted and ready for use. I think we spent maybe 45 minutes to an hour along with videoing and talking. So a pretty simple job. I would say this is definitely a easy project for anybody that knows how to handle a wrench. That's it.